To me, the definition of extreme frugality is employing strategies that are not commonly used, hence the word extreme, to achieve results that are not typically achieved. And so with that, I'm going to give you 3 things to help you recognize and keep you on the right track of wholesome extreme frugality.
Angela made a homemade sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie.
It's interesting how we've gone as a culture from just simple frugality, minimalism, and then extreme frugality. And extreme frugality is born out of extreme measures during extreme times. But that doesn't mean that we need to have a view of this subject in an extreme manner, for lack of better words. And so I wanted to explain the difference between what it is that is going to make extreme frugality successful, because there are things that you can do that can easily be called or labeled extreme frugality and yet actually be counterproductive and cause you to stumble in your quest for wholesome living. And one is, you have to be careful not to lose your abundance attitude, because when we use the word extreme, it has a connotation. It's like if you heard extreme minimalism. Extreme minimalism is no different than extreme frugality. The word extreme could give one a picture in their mind, an impression that things have to be all on one side, to the extreme, like a pH balance level that is on the extreme, or a temperature gauge that is on the extreme. You would expect it to either be at the boiling point or at the freezing point. But that's not the case with extreme frugality. We're looking not to lose our abundance attitude.
What we need to be focusing on is abundance. This is what we want to focus on. And when I say abundance, if you think in a pile of cash, you're still focusing on the wrong thing. Okay? So I'm talking about abundance in all spheres, because we're talking about the lifestyle. Our vision of the abundance needs to get wider. You see all these videos online, I made all this money, listen to me. Or you also see, people in the fire community, they parade figures around like, this is the achievement, this is the figure. We say don't go for figure. Clearly, figures are important. I'm not minimizing and sweeping them under the rug. Money is important. I'm not saying it's not. I am saying that the mindset needs to shift its focus from the money specifically to abundance into the picture, where it morphs into the picture of the lifestyle that you want. And I know that you're saying, yeah, but I need money. But when you put this abundance mindset in its place and start taking your focus off that pile of cash, and you start saying, well, I want time abundance. I want the time abundance because I want to spend more time with my family, because I want to travel, because I want to have fun every day. I want to have more hobbies. Okay, so now your mind will start tuning in to the information. Whereas before, it's like a horse with blinders on. You're focusing right there. And if you want to achieve something, that focus is important. But I'm saying that the focus is misplaced when we're looking at the lifestyle right now. Okay?
So that when we employ any strategy that may come under the extreme frugality, the abundance attitude would be, instead of taking, not to single out food, but just as an example, with food, extreme frugality, it may seem like the right thing to do to get the cheapest food in order to qualify as extreme. But in the end, the cheapest food may be the most unhealthy food. It doesn't have to be, but in most cases, it is the most unhealthy food, and therefore in the long run it ends up costing you your health, and therefore it becomes counterproductive. And you could say that for a lot of things, like you could be extreme frugality and you could get a car that's just so old, and if you know, maybe it was super cheap, but it breaks down all the time, and it ends up costing you more in the long run than had you spent a little bit more money and gotten perhaps a car that wasn't quite as old. The next thing to keep you out of trouble with the extreme frugality concept is that it's important to make it a game. For example, extreme frugality is not something that is only used by people at the lowest strata of economic level. I've known millionaires that use extreme frugality, and how they do it is they make it a game.
For example, when things are on sale, I've seen people that turn their nose up because something's on sale. Well, I'll tell you what happened in the village here. A lot of stores nowadays, it's all computer algorithms as far as inventory and everything. And their computer algorithm or whatever told them to stock up on butter, and they raised the price on it. So the price went higher for the holidays. The price went higher, and a bunch of butter, the shelf was full of butter, right? And the price was higher. And I'm like, wait a minute, the price just got jacked up here. It must be because of the holidays. But lo and behold, the butter wasn't selling as fast as they thought it would at that price. So boom, they had to lower the price and put it on sale 50% off. Guess what I did? That's right, the piffy in me, the abundant mindset, stocks up on it. What I'm telling you here is that just because something is on sale, it's the same butter that last week was $3, now it's $1.50. It's the very same butter. So a lot of things are that way, and it's that way also with larger, more abstract ideas. This is not just about buying things used or buying things on sale.
And when you make something a game, it becomes fun, and it removes the stress of making you feel a certain way. But it isn't just about feelings. It's about realizing why you're doing this. You're doing this to achieve something in life that is important to you. And it's not just about saving a few pennies or a few dollars here and there. And when you make it a game, the focus comes off of the money, and it becomes a challenge of something that you're trying to win at. Because when you play a game, the idea is that you're trying to win a game. Like when you play Scrabble, you're trying to win, or Monopoly, or what have you. And so what it does is it gives you the winner's attitude. And when you have the winner's attitude, guess what? You become a winner. And so extreme frugality is not particular to economic strata. And going along with that, why would a wealthy person want to employ extreme frugality and make it a game and have an abundance attitude and all of the above? Well, that's the subject of a different video. But in short, because it allows you to be comfortable with different scenarios that are beyond your control, and it gives you the comfort of knowing that no matter what happens, it's an aspect of your life that you can control. And it is something that is always in the back of one's mind, especially when one is not actively engaged and is living off of money. It gives one more of a sense of control to be able to make extreme frugality a game and have an abundance attitude. So it's a way to keep more control over your life. And the next thing is, the next way to make sure that the concept of extreme frugality works for you is to engage in possibility thinking and understand how it's related to extreme frugality. Because extreme frugality opens up more possibilities for you in more ways than just money. Because a lot of us, we are focused a lot about on money, but we need to understand when we take our focus away from the money and we start focusing on the strategies that make us successful in our extreme frugality and the reason why we are practicing extreme frugality, that will give us more possibilities in life that go beyond money. Such as, for example, people that are focused on the money might say, well, I have a retirement check of, $2,000 a month, and I'm being told that I need $3,000 a month to live in Panama. But a possibility thinker says, well, let's see what we can do. How can we make it happen? Your possibility thinking is your friend, and it opens up doors.
The mindset is what it's all about, is what it comes down to about retiring earlier and better lifestyle. There's ways to do it at home, and if you're doing it abroad, are you still doing it the way the mainstream is doing it? Are you doing it the way everybody else is doing it? Are you running around trying to get the information that you need, trying to understand all the options that you have by focusing so much on money that you don't realize that the abundance is already there, and all you've got to do is access it?
And so we can see that extreme frugality isn't just what we may initially come to understand through just the definition of the pure word extreme and frugality, and that when we fill out that definition with these strategies and combine them with our extreme frugality thinking, then we will achieve a success beyond what we had initially imagined.